You're not here by accident. If you're looking for kindness, leave. If you still believe that the world rewards the good, this is not for you. Because what you're about to hear will burn your illusions, rattle your beliefs, and rip you out of your comfort zone. This is not for those who want fairness. This is for those who want power. Not peace, power. No emotions, only outcomes. Final warning. What follows is cold, calculated, and violently honest. If you're sensitive, soft, or easily offended, stop now. But if you're tired of being ignored, if you're sick of being used, underestimated, or passed over, then sit down, shut out the noise, and listen, because this is the dark truth of power. No mercy, no sugarcoating, just reality. You've been told that everyone is equal, that you and a king are the same, that the person with discipline, control, and clarity should be held to the same standard as someone who whines, submits, and consumes. That's a lie. A beautiful, comforting lie, meant to keep you small. Equality is not truth, it's performance. A carefully staged show, a political tranquilizer designed to sedate anyone with ambition. Niccolo Machiavelli never said we were all the same. He saw the world clearly. Some are born to command, others to obey. Some lead, most follow. Equality is a tool for control. And why is it so aggressively promoted? Because it's the perfect way to neutralize the dangerous. If every opinion is equally valid, the wise go quiet. If every effort has the same value, the strong lose incentive. And if everyone's already enough, the exceptional drown in a sea of mediocrity. Equality shames the wolf for being sharp and teaches the sheep to be proud of doing nothing. It reverses nature. It punishes strength. It rewards weakness, not because it's right, but because it's convenient for those already in power. And here's the worst part. It works. Look at nature. Does the lion apologize to the gazelle? Does the alpha ask the pack to vote? Does the storm wait for the poor to take shelter? Nature doesn't care about equality. It only recognizes one thing: usefulness. The dangerous rise. The passive perish. So the next time you hear someone scream, "We're all equal," understand what they really mean. Don't stand out. Don't rise. Don't challenge us. Stay where you are. But if you want to lead, forget equality. Drop the illusion. Because if you're more disciplined, more focused, and more fearless, you deserve more. More freedom. More influence, more control, and if you don't have those things yet, earn them, because no one's giving them away. Equality doesn't create greatness, it creates entitlement. It tells the lazy they deserve as much as the relentless. It tells the victim they matter as much as the warrior. It tells the weak they're owed something, instead of telling them to grow. And that's why today's world is full of offended, underachieving people, convinced they're important. Everyone thinks their voice matters, even if they've never built anything, even if they've never earned it. They believe their opinion is sacred, even if they've done nothing, created nothing, sacrificed nothing. They worship visibility over value. They mistake attention for respect. But you, if you want power, you must reject this poison. Not every voice deserves a platform. Not every mind deserves a seat at the table. Not everyone should lead. Respect must be earned. Position must be conquered. A voice must be backed by value. Hierarchy is not oppression. It's order. It's reality. And if you don't like where you are in the hierarchy, climb, dominate, move. Don't scream about equality. Outgrow mediocrity, because in the real world, the man who builds an empire is not equal to the one complaining on social media. The woman who commands respect is not equal to the one begging for attention. The one who sharpens himself through discipline is not equal to the one who wastes every day chasing comfort. Equality is a trap. It flatters you, while it paralyzes your will. It whispers you're enough when you're not. It numbs your ambition and tells you to be proud of staying the same. But Machiavelli never wrote for the crowd. He wrote for the wolves, for the ones who lead in silence, who ignore the noise, who refuse to be tamed, and if you're still watching, you're one of them. You weren't born to be like everyone else. You were born to rise. So stop apologizing for wanting more. Stop shrinking to fit their fragile worldview. Stop waiting for permission to lead, because the longer you believe in the myth of equality, the longer you'll stay beneath those who stopped believing a long time ago. From childhood, they told you, be kind, be forgiving, show mercy, even to those who don't deserve it. But those who understand power, they laugh at this advice. They would ask you just one brutal question, and what did your mercy get you? See, mercy isn't always noble. Mercy is a luxury, and luxury belongs to those in power. If you show mercy too soon, too often, or too freely, you become predictable, you become safe, you become weak. People love when you're kind, because they know you won't strike back. They say, forgive and forget, right after they betray you. They preach compassion, but sharpen knives behind your back, because when people realize you're naturally forgiving, they start testing boundaries. They cross lines. They lie. They manipulate. Why? Because they know you'll tolerate it. And that's where your downfall begins. Machiavelli never wrote for the merciful. He wrote for those who understand. Power is not asked for, it's taken and held. Mercy makes you forget that. He said, it is safer to be feared than to be loved, if you cannot be both. Why? Because love creates comfort, but fear controls behavior. When people fear you, they hesitate. They watch their words. They don't cross your line. Fear protects better than affection ever will. If you're always merciful, people start to believe you have no teeth. They'll test your patience, exploit your kindness, drain your energy, and you'll convince yourself that being the bigger person is noble. But nobility doesn't win wars. It doesn't stop betrayal. It doesn't earn respect, and let's be clear. This doesn't mean you destroy everyone who crosses you. That's foolish. Power is not chaos. Power is control. Mercy must be earned, not expected. Show it when it serves you, not when it's expected, not when it's demanded, never when it's a liability. Use mercy as a tool, not as a habit. Look at history. Those who ruled through kindness alone, they were overthrown, betrayed by the very people they forgave. They thought kindness would buy loyalty, but it only earned them contempt, because people only respect what they fear losing. So ask yourself, who in your life took advantage of your mercy? How many times have you forgiven someone who didn't deserve it? And what happened next? Did they change, or did they get worse? Forgiveness without consequence is permission, and permission kills respect. People value only what they fear losing. That's your law now. So the next time someone crosses your line, make sure they remember it, not with rage, not emotionally, but with precision. Mercy should not be your default. It should be a calculated gift. If someone shows you who they are, believe them. Because your silence, your patience, your mercy, all say one thing: keep going. I won't stop you. Enough. Let's be real. People don't respect mercy. They respect boundaries. They respect consequences. They respect silence, backed by power. Machiavelli said, the ruler must learn how not to be good, not to become a monster, but to be unpredictable. Stop being kind by default. Be the one who chooses when to show kindness and when to strike. Because here's the truth. Mercy is a privilege, and only the powerful can afford it. Stop giving it away like it costs nothing. It doesn't make you noble. It makes you vulnerable. Use it like a weapon, a tool, a lever. Kindness, strategic. Forgiveness, earned. Silence, loaded. You think the world responds to fairness? Look around. Who rules this world? The quiet, ethical man who follows every rule, or the bold strategist who bends the rules and bends reality with them? Exactly. History doesn't reward kindness, it rewards strength. You've been told if you're a good person, the world will notice. If you treat people with respect, they'll do the same. Lies. You can be the kindest soul in the room, but if you're weak, no one follows you. You can be the most honest voice in the room, but if you have no presence, no one listens. You can forgive endlessly, and they'll hurt you endlessly, because in the eyes of power, morality without strength is worthless, and strength without morality, that's untouchable. Machiavelli wasn't calling for cruelty. He understood human nature. People follow who they fear losing, not who lectures them about being good. Loyalty is bought with leverage, not with purity. Influence is earned through strategy, not sentiment. The moral man hides behind values. The powerful man wears values like armor when it's useful. That's the difference. One begs to be seen as good, the other makes himself impossible to ignore. So here's your shift. Morality is not sacred, it's a tool. Use it when it builds alliances, use it when it opens doors, use it when it strengthens your image, but don't worship it, don't be owned by it, and never sacrifice your influence just to appear righteous. Because the truth is brutal. People don't respect goodness, they respect gravity, they respect force, they respect those who demand obedience, not those who beg for fairness. You weren't born to be liked. You were born to rise, and to rise you must let go of childish myths. They say power corrupts. Machiavelli would disagree. Power reveals, it shows who understands the game and who still believes in fairy tales. You have two options now. Stay soft, keep your hands clean, hope the world notices your kindness, or wake up. Realize that if you want influence, if you want protection, if you want control, you'll need to step into the world of strategy. You'll have to make hard choices. Use fear, timing, and perception to your advantage. Put results above emotions. Yes, people will judge you. The weak will hate you. They always do. That's how you know you're on the right path. Want peace? Prepare for war. Want respect? Become someone they fear to cross. Want survival? Stop worshiping morality and start mastering reality. Because here's the cold end of it. The moral man dies quietly, used, forgotten. But the strong, whether loved or hated, they stay in memory. They command. They get compliance. Machiavelli didn't teach us how to be good. He taught us how to be unbreakable. And that begins with one thing: letting go of the lie that the world is fair, that people will just recognize your worth, that playing nice earns you the crown. It doesn't. The world is ruled by those bold enough to take what they want. No one ever seized the throne by being the nice guy, and those who did, they didn't keep it. The weak explain, they justify, they overtalk. Why? Because deep down they want permission. Permission to win, to be taken seriously, to exist without apology. But here's the harsh truth. The more you explain, the less power you hold. The moment you start justifying your actions to those who don't matter, you've already lost. Machiavelli would never waste time explaining. He understood one simple rule. Power moves in silence. The lion doesn't explain why he hunts. The general doesn't report to civilians. The ruler doesn't beg his enemies to understand. He moves, and others adjust. So why do you explain? Because you want to be liked? Because you're afraid they'll misunderstand you? Because you're terrified of judgment? Let me tell you, the strong don't need to be understood. They need to be effective. Every explanation you give becomes a weapon. They'll twist it, question your motives, use your honesty against you. Because explaining is submission. It's saying, please accept me. Please don't be mad that I want more. And when you say that, you hand them your identity. Machiavelli warned us. Never let others write your story. Move in calculated silence. Let your results speak. Let them gossip, doubt, whisper while you ascend. Silence is not weakness, it's a shield. You don't need to explain why you left, why you cut them off, why you disappeared, because if you explain, you open the gate. And once they see inside, they'll poison it. You want peace? Stop explaining. You want clarity? Stop apologizing. You want power? Let your results speak for you. Let your silence disturb them. Let your moves confuse them. Let your presence unsettle them. And when they ask, why did he do that? Say nothing. You've already won. Because in a world that runs its mouth, silence backed by strength is the loudest sound there is.